Good afternoon. This is FlossTube number 25. Welcome from Greetings from Maine. My name is Tammy, and this is Sewfly's Unique Boutique Take 2. Today is February 7th. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you. You're wonderful people. New, old, returning, don't care. You're all great. The first time I did this, it didn't work out so well. But I have my notes. I have everything that in the order that I did before, so let's hope for the best. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Today, I have a finish. Now, this finish took a while. It is Hot Drinks number 2. It's just one section of a sampler called Hot Drinks number 2 from Tinsel cross stitch. I started this on the 1st of February, and I'm stitching it on a fiber on the whim 18 count cappuccino that I got from Welcome Stitchery in a scrap bag. Oh, excuse me, scrap bag. I just ate lunch. Apologize. I used DMC 4, 7, 8, and 9. And like I said, I only stitched one section. It took me 7 days. About 7 days. And I was going to FFO it into a hoop, but I cut it too short, so I ended up FFOing it into a pillow. So, here it is. I spent most of the day yesterday working on this because I wanted to get that cat finished. So, I spent an hour most of the time working on it, and I finished it up this morning. I finished up the tail on the cat, and I finished up all the cute little motifs here. Now, this cup, this border, and the cat are all done in number 9. This cup and all the motifs are done in number 8. This cup here and part of the flower is done in number 7, and the mouse is done in number 4. See a cute little mouse. And I did this on 18 count, like I said, and I used one strand of floss. So it looks a little bit more prim. And I put the hearts back upside down, I know, but I wanted this particular motif, and it looks best going this way. And it's a heart, and I just ironed it on with heat bond. So yeah, that's my finish. Now for the whips. I worked on this yesterday too, because I really got tired of the cat thing. I gotta start these presents a little bit quicker, because that's a present for my networking person in my networking group. So I gotta start them a little sooner. So, but here's my February quicker, and I finally finished this motif right here. I'm so glad I got it finished. I'm working on this one, but I have to move the hoop, and I'm working on this one, and I have to move the hoop for this one. So here we are. I got it finished. This is the lighter pink, and this is the flower down here that I need to move the hoop for. In the darker pink, there's a motif right here, and one down here, and then there's a little bird over here that's in the light pink as well. And I'm using a 12. This is 603, and this is 600. I think. Because I thought it would, where it's a Valentine's Day thing, I figured I'd give it a little bit more oomph. So I'm going to work on that more. I'm hoping to get it done this month so I can at least FFO it and put it up for a couple of days in the month of February. Excuse me. Okay. Next thing, on the 3rd, which was the same day I had my FlossTube Extra with all my Halloween stuff, I started on the March Quaker. So here. Started right here. Still not done with this because this is big. These two right here are the biggest motifs. Everything else is pretty much small and won't take me long. But this one, big motif. So anyway, I started this on the 3rd because this was my new start, and this was also my February 24 and 24. This was one of the 12 starts that I wanted to do. And hopefully I get this done and be able to FFO it for March. Because March is my husband's birthday, and my late dad was born on March 17th. And my husband, 3 days later, was born on March 20th. Different years, of course. This is as far as I got. And I like the little bows. Yeah, they're little bows that are right here. And there's not a whole lot of, there's a lot of green, but there's no real shamrocky looks to it, which I kind of like too. It seems like leprechauns and shamrocks take over. And I do have a, excuse me, a St. Patrick's Day gnome that I'm going to try to finish. Alright, so, wrong one. Alright, so on the 1st of February, started Frosty Friends February. Oh, Frosty Forest February. So I got out my raccoon cabin and started working on that again. And I need to put this in a bigger hoop because it's a whole piece of fabric. So I need to put it in a bigger hoop. So, but I did finish up filling in here, here, and here. I'm outlining the windows. I put the white strip here and then this other strip here, and then I'm going to put another one of these down the side. And then I can move on to the other 2 windows and the door. But like I said, I want to put this in a bigger hoop first. And I'm going to work on it tomorrow for probably an hour or 2 at some point. And then Sunday was Spooky Sunday in my world. So I had picked this out because I was close to a finish, and I'm still close to a finish. I just have to finish it. And this is from Untwisted Stitches, right? Yep. And this is Amok. And it's the lovely Sanderson sisters. Here they are. Hocus Pocus. Oh, what a glorious morning. It makes me sick. I smell children. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. But this is close to a finish. So this is something that I want to try to get finished this month. So far, in 2024, I've had 6 finishes. My goal is to get 60 things finished this year. Okay? So, doing one of those Frosty Forests and getting them finished, that'll be a finish for this year. Anything else that I have picked out for my 2024 WIPs, 20 and 24, the 12 WIPs that I picked out, get done, those are considered a finish. You know, I don't care. And if I start anything new, like I did that little, only because that's a different thing. The reason I'm doing that is because that's a birthday present for one of the people in my networking group. I've already done one other, which I counted as a finish. So anything I get finished after that's not a regular WIP, well, not a WIP that I had in the past, I'm not really going to worry about those too much. I am going to finish them if they're small enough, like the little frog that I did and, you know, like that little pillow. But this is a big old finish. So here it is. There's the 3 ladies. Okay. I got this all completed here. I still need to put like a big motif there and motif there. I need to put a big motif here. I need to finish Sarah. And then I need to put in the amuckamucks. Am I going to backstitch it all? Don't know yet. I know I'm going to backstitch the faces and the hairs. But that's a lot of black to backstitch. I'm not sure. I don't know. I might just do the outskirts. You know, do like the backstitch here and around and, you know, just the outer part of the piece. I'm not sure if I'm going to backstitch it all. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know how, you know, I mean, I know it's kind of a gothic frame type look to it. I'll have to start and see how it looks, and if I want to backstitch the rest of it, I will. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. As long as some of the backstitching gets done. I usually backstitch as I go along, but in this particular case, I didn't. Okay. What else did I work on? Oh, I worked on my little Christmas frog. I told you last time that I was going to place some of the colors because I didn't like the orange for the cheeks and I didn't like the red for the lips. I mean, come on. You got 666 for the lips, which is very, very bright. And then you have 721 for the cheeks, which don't look good. It just does not look, well, good at all. So I decided I was going to change it, which I did. So this is on an 18 count Twilight Blue. And I'm only using, am I using one thread? No, I'm using 2. So what I did was I'm using 522 right here for the lips because I think it looks better and it kind of goes with the 561. And I think we use the 522 for the belly. And then for the cheeks, I'm using 3716 because it's a lighter pink and it'll, between the green and the blue and the black outline, I think it'll pop. So, and then I had started this to do for dark 13 stitching. It's not dark, but you know what I mean. And I couldn't get the border to line up. Well, in this corner, in the top corners, it's 5 and 5. So instead of counting like I should have, down here, I put 5 and 5. Well, come to find out, it's 6 and 5 on the bottom corners. So once I realized that, got the word happy all frogged out, got the whole bottom all frogged out, put it back in the correct way, my border connected. I hate borders. I'm not. If I can find a way to get out of them, I do. Because I'm not a big border person. I can never get them right. I always miscount. So, got that finished. I did not put the Happy Halloween back in. But this is the section, the part 1 that I'm going to work on. And here it is. You have the cute little witch riding a broom. The skeleton, going trick-or-treating. And the black cat on the gate. Yep. Not quite sure where the camera is on this one. So, that's what I started. And I already had the spider web in the corner. Thank God I didn't have to take that out. But this is done on a 14 count forbidden fiber cobblestone. And here's my progress. So this is my spooky stitch, because on Sundays in my little world is Spooky Sunday, and I only do Halloween stuff. So yeah. Alright, now I do have a little bit of stash. Oh, put it here. Stuff out of the way. Oh no, before I get there. There's a couple of things I want to tell you about. If you watch the Granite State Stitchers, she was talking about doing a Sal with the Hughie Stitcher. Now the Hughie Stitcher is, I think her name is Stephanie. I think. I don't know. I'm bad with names. And she's in Canada. And since this year is the lunar year on the Chinese calendar, I think. It's the year of the dragon. So this is from Kick Stitches, and I found this, and I know her birthdays are not until August, but I might try to have it ready last minute. But this is the coffee dragon. I'm going to put it back here. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And that sale starts, I don't know if there's a hashtag, but I know they're starting it on the 13th of February, and I'm going to start it on the 13th of February. So, and then on February 3rd, I did an extra video, and I showed a lot, and I mean a lot of Halloween patterns. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to vote, you could vote for which one you wanted, and I had a whole list. I mean, here's one half of the list, and then the front page is full. So, there were a few people, not everybody, I don't know who subscribes to my channel. I know a few ladies because they comment all the time. I'm getting more comments as I go, which is a good thing. Angie, the Hibernation Stitcher, has helped that tremendously because I sent her a project sleeve and she showed it on her last video. And I was so excited. I was sitting on the couch. I was like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I almost screamed because I was so happy. But she got a snowman project sleeve, and it came with a thread bed. She's using a thread bed on one of her full coverage projects. I think the one she just started, and she's using the project sleeve for her knitting, which, hey, it works great because there's no zipper on it. It's just snapped together. So that got me thinking, and we'll talk about that towards the end. Okay, so I'm on the 10th, which is this weekend. We have, is one of my new starts. So this is the one I'm going to do because it's a sampler, and On Saturdays in my little world, it's Sampler Saturday. So this is the Halloween sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. And when I first started back cross stitching, I saw this. I fell in love with it. I'm doing it on an 18 count, which is the equivalent of 16. I have a 15 by 15 piece of fabric that I got from Keepsakes. It's a pearl gray, which is right here. And I love the way they serge. Really do. So, I just have to kit it up. And it doesn't have very many colors. And I'm not doing the Gentle Arts. I'm just going to use regular Keepsake. So, that's that one. But the winner that got the most votes, which was only 2. That's okay. I want to thank these ladies so much because they comment every time. They do comment every time. They really do. I'm doing Winifred from Romy Creations, and that's going to be number 1. I'm doing Mary, which is from something you. Fairy Wool in the Wood. Sorry. And from Manny to Donna, I am doing Sarah. And this is supposed to be on a Witch Tina 32 count linen from Fairy Wool in the Wood. Well, guess what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to put this on 16 count. I do believe I have some 16 count Frankenstein and some 16 count Touch of Grey. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do them all separate, and then I'm going to turn them into a wall hanging because I have some Hocus Pocus fabric. I'm going to turn them into a wall hanging because I love Hocus Pocus. All right. So, on to my stash. This is my January fabric of the month from Fiberlicious, and it is called Frigga. And it's much more aqua greenish than it's coming out. My light is, I've got light coming from the left and the right of me, so I don't really need a ring light, thank God. As long as I do it in here, in my dining room. And then I got from Owl Stitching House, I got this calendar cute rabbits because somebody had commented that they wanted to see some Easter stuff. So here is some Easter stuff. And I love this one here, and the snow bunny with presents. That's cute. And they're all pretty cute, like this one lying in the sun, and this one picking its carrots. And, you know, I think I want to do them separate so I can get some more of those little easels and have, you know, like January. And have a little rabbit. So I do have another rabbit pattern like that. But how many of them do you need? I mean, it's like the Advents. So, you know, 12 Days for Christmas. But I love my Jargon project, which I need to get back to. This one is from Mama Ada. And this is called Hop. And it's very basic. It's only got 4 colors. And look at that. That is just so cute. It's a little Easter egg with the ears. And then from Sewing Seed, I got this little bunny, which I love on this green. And it is just called Bunny. And it is so cute on this green. It really is. I have some, I think it's 18 count that I got from Forbidden Fiber. Something to do with Santa, but it's a mint green like this. It's very cute. So I think maybe I'll use some of that. If I do that in the mint green, I might do this one as well. It's called Happy Easter from the Sewing Seed. It's very pretty. Okay, so do I do a lot for Easter? No. I have done one other rabbit. It was called a white work rabbit that I got from the French Giraffe on Etsy. It's 4x4. Did it on a brown mottled fabric that I got from Wicked and Whimsy on Etsy. And it was all done in white. I hate stitching on white. And then what do I do? I got this other one called Tea Time. It's all done in white except for one thing, and that's a heart. Same brown fabric. Yeah. You think I need some help? Really need some help. Alright, so anyway, this is Hot Drinks by Tinsel Cross Stitch, and it is 233 by 79. Yet, if you just want to do one block, and I kind of guesstimated what it would be, 1 cup is approximately 6 by 7 if you do it on 18 count. And the first one I'm doing is the tea. That's the first one that comes up. Now, if I was going to do this all together, which I still might, I don't know. This would be a good thing for my networking group, since so many people like coffee and tea and cocoa and the whole bit. But I think what I might do is I might have my husband cut me a nice piece of wood that is 16 by 8, and then get a piece of poster board or foam board, cut out a piece that's 15 by 7, and stick it, maybe magnet, have him drill, not really drill out, but rotor out a couple holes for some magnets, and then put washers on the back of it. That way, if I wanted to, I could switch it out. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, and then this is from Stitchovia. It's got 6 little patterns for different sayings with D. One of them says there's always time for tea, and that sounds like a line from Alice in Wonderland. Not the cartoon version, but the Johnny Depp version. But first tea. Tea makes it better. You're my cup of tea. When there's tea, there's hope. All you need is tea. And here's what they look like. They're very pretty. They're very cute. If I was going to do anything, I think I would switch out the pink for purple, but that's just me. I'm not a big pink person. I like, dark purple, lavender, lilac, orchid, those kind of colors. And I had a girl. I told everybody I didn't want her dressed in pink, but did my mother listen? Did I expect her to listen? Yes. Did I hope she would listen? Well, I didn't expect her to listen because she didn't listen to me anyway. So, did I hope she listened? Yeah, I did, but she didn't. So, yeah. All right. And this one, I'm not quite sure which shop I got it from. I think it was Stitching Soul. on Etsy. I want to say it was Stitch and Sew. I think so. And they're calling it the Fairy Rabbit. And if you do it on an 18 count with 1-inch border, and I'm going to do it on a piece of 18 count Easy Guide or Easy Count or gridded fabric. Only because this is full coverage. And it's got quite a few colors. It's got quite a few blends. Yeah, it's all done in DMC. It's a 108 by 147, which would make it 8 by 11. And that's easy enough to find. You know, you get an 11 by 14 frame and you're good with a mat. You're good. And I'm just going to do a quick. That's it. Yeah, and it's 4 pages. And it's full coverage. And maybe I'll start with that one instead of the other one. Even though we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blends. Ugh. So yeah, we'll see. All right, and yes, the last thing I purchased, and I did purchase all, well, I purchased all of them, but there were only a few that are recent purchases. And the Fairy Rabbit, I think, is recent. The sewing seeds were recent. And this one. And this is called Easter Gnome, and it is designed by Cute Broderie. The company is Cute Broderie. And they're doing it on a 14 count white Aida. And it's 78 by 110. Now, I want to find out how big it would be on 18. Because I do have another gnome that I did on 16, and it's very skinny. But that's the piece of fabric that I found that I used because I wanted to be 3 or 4 of the same idea on the same fabric. 3 of them were Bella Rose designs on Etsy, and the gnome was from Cross Stitch Foxy. I love Cross Stitch Foxy. Their shop is awesome. But anyway, so let's see. It says this pattern uses blends. So it's a different color for 1 each. Let me see. 2. Okay, so I guess you blend the 415 and the 762. Don't know. Does not say. I'm thinking that's what you do. Doesn't really give very good instructions, so I'll have to look into that. But there it is. Just a small flash of a snippet. Okay. That's all my stash. Now, I think I showed you guys this before. And this is from Tiny Cross Stitches. And it's pattern 168 Stepdad. And when I look at this, the only thing I can think of is my daughter saying something like this to my husband. Because she's just so snarky. And it says, to my amazing stepdad, thanks for putting up with my mom. Yeah. And I want to do this, but if I do, I'm going to change the colors a little bit. I'm going to change the words here to green. A green, because he likes green. I'm not doing all those flowers. I'm just going to do the words. Because, I mean, I could see it if it's to my stepmom. Thank you for putting up with my dad and you have all those flowers. You know, but for a guy, no. I'm not going to do that's the end of that. So, plans, goals. I have not, and I should. I have not worked on Good Company for a little bit because I need to do some frogging. Get off of there. Because I used the wrong color. I think. I don't know. I did something wrong. Just not quite sure what I did wrong. Yeah. And I have to figure it out. So, but for some reason, okay, what's this color? This is 400, right? That's wrong. What is this? This is 920. Why does this look more like the right one? Because I think it is. Okay, well, I gotta figure out what I did wrong. But I need to frog. I think I'm gonna have to frog this whole wall out here. And I gotta frog out this little bit here because that's the wrong color, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But I need to work on it because this I started on my mom and dad's anniversary. And I'm going to change. Here's the picture. And if you see right up here, it says 2020. Right there, I think. I am going to change that 2020 to 1969 because that's the year they got married. So yeah. So I have some frogging I need to do. That damn frog needs to leave. Like, now. So for the next week, from today until next Wednesday, I'm going to try to work on that for an hour every day. Along with trying to get some other stuff done. So, yeah, that's my plan. My plan. And this is in my lovely custom Jasmine custom bag. I love her bags. She posted one that was nightmare, and I wanted it so bad. She even offered to make me a special one. I was like, I can't afford it. I always seem to miss the good ones. So, this is Jasmine custom bags. This is Queen of Hearts. It's got the same. I've got to figure out how to make my own. Yeah. But I would still buy one from Jasmine because I love her bags. So, also, I'm going to work on my frog because most of it is filling. You know, just filling in my frog. And like I said, I think I'm going to take this part and put that down now. And hopefully I can get my frog done. And then I can work on whatever other ones I have. And then I'm going to try to finish Amok. And I'm also going to try to finish my... Oh, please. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to try to finish my skeleton owl. Because I don't really have that much left. I need to finish this wing that turns into the tail and do the little feet. That's all I have left. So, those are a couple of my goals, plans. And then the rest of my plans is to work on my February and March quickers. So, the frog I think I might do while I'm watching TV at night because it's just filling. And you really don't have to pay too much attention. It's just fill in and, you know, just got to make sure you got the right colors going right where they need to go. I'm going to try to work my way down to one of the cheeks or both of the cheeks and then get that filled in. And then put the 522 down here because I think it would make it cuter. I've never seen white on a frog's belly. Maybe yellow, but no, no white. Light green will work. So yeah. And is there any other thing? Oh, I might also try to work on my St. Patty's Day gnome. And at the end of February, I know there's another birthday, but I got that all tied up. I'm good with that. It's not going to take me very long to do it. It's just a little tiny stamp like this big. So, I'm going to work on my St. Patty's Day gnome. I'm trying to keep my schedule as far as my stitching is concerned. My quilting schedule has just gone out the window. I think next year I'm just going to do whatever I want, whenever I want, on whatever day I want, and then just write it down. You know, turn my planner into more of, I haven't really filled out the rest of the months, which is good. So maybe when I get past the months that I have filled out, I can, you know, or just cross it out and write something else, you know, like what I worked on that day. Like today I worked on that pillow, you know, and tomorrow I did get inspired because I ended up having what they call a one-on-one with two people in my networking group. And one of them I talked about an event we have coming up because we do an event usually every quarter to raise money for the charity that we're, you know, raising money for. Now, in my mind, when you go and you hear that you're in a nonprofit group that is raising money for a animal rescue, you don't do a adoption event to go with it, to coincide with it. Why? Why would you not do that? I don't understand that. But anyway, so we have to find out from the person in charge of where we're having it if it's okay if we have animals come in. And hopefully the best, well-behaved ones. And if not, I also figured the adoption event and the information table could be one and the same. And that way, you have pictures of all the adoptable animals. And then you have somebody there that knows these animals very well, and they can tell you what kind of behaviors they have, if it's something you want to deal with, how they are in a home environment. You know, that would be one of my big questions. Okay, this is what I have. I already have a dog, and she's very playful with other dogs. How is this one going to be around my dog? And just get a ballpark, because you never know until they meet face to face. I mean, they could end up hating each other, you know? So, but yeah, I did that, and so I got inspired. So I think I want to do a raffle item, which would be a pet-themed lap quilt, which would be like 40 by 60, you know, not very big, just a little lap quilt that you can put over your, you know, snuggle. It's a snuggle quilt. Not necessarily a lap quilt, but, you know, you're sitting there with your dog, cat, whatever, you know, and you just snuggle with the quilt on. You know, or maybe a pet mat or something like that. You know, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm thinking of all kinds, like I do pet bowl I do the bowl cozies, which have dogs, cats, mice, whatever. And then I have, the mug rugs for your coffee, tea, whatever. And the placemats, table runners, so on and so forth. But anyway, so yeah. So that was what I did Monday. This morning I went to physical therapy. And as much as I like Martha, I swear in some past life the woman was in charge of a dungeon. I mean that in the nicest possible way, because this whole shoulder thing, it hurts. I mean, if I move just right and I get that pain going all the way up and down my arm, I'm almost on my knees crying because it hurts. And I'm not one for being wussy, normally. I mean, when it comes to needles, yes. I'll admit that. Ever since I had my surgery, I don't want anything to do with needles. I'll admit that. But this, I was just like, And then she moved me just right today, and I just wanted to take my arm and go, give me that back. But I knew if I jarred myself like that it would hurt even more. And I know she's doing her job. And I just have to grin and bear it. But anyway. So, yeah. My child is getting on my last nerve, needless to say. I mean, I understand she's 13 and she's going through a lot of things, and she hasn't been right since my dad passed away, but neither have I. And I think about him every day. I have to keep telling myself he's okay now, he's not in pain anymore. But then again, that guilt gets to me, whereas I should have gone down more. I should have not, I should have just, spent more time and had Rebecca spend more time. But it is what it is, Nothing I knew about that now. So, since I'm probably not going to get grandkids in my future, which is whatever, it is what it is. So, do I want to have babies around? No. I mean, I like the babies. They're cute. They can say hi and walk away. Do I want to change diapers again? No. Do I want to feed again? No. Do I want to keep them overnight when they don't sleep? No. Will I if I'm asked? Yes. But I don't see myself getting asked, so it's fine with me. But yeah, I just want, do I want my stepkids to have kids? Yes. Do I want my daughter to have a child? At least one, yes. If she does, perfect. If not, it is what it is, because I'm a much older mom. So, I mean, if I had Rebecca earlier in life, she'd be the same age as my niece and nephew, or my two stepkids. And I wouldn't worry so much about it. I had her at 40, so, and I'm 50 something. She's going on 14, so. Sorry. I couldn't. No, I don't want to think about it. So, anyway, but yeah, so these are my goals: to work on my good company for an hour, and to work on my frog to fill in, try to finish Amok 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 and my skeleton owl, work on my Quakers, and my goal is to hopefully get the February done in the next couple weeks, so, or hopefully by next week at some point, so I am able to fully finish it and put it up on my cute little shelf right there. and then work on my St. Patrick's Snow because I need something other than my cute little pillow that I have in my dough bowl. Yeah. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and hopefully this is going to go up tomorrow morning, and so I can have coffee with you all. At least that's what I do with a couple of my subscribers. They tell me, "Oh, I got to have coffee with you this morning. It was great." I'm like, "You're welcome." But anyway, so we'll see what I get done. We'll see what I don't get done. If I get, I do accomplish some of them. I really do. I mean, I do try to stitch on everything I'm going to say I stitch on, if I can. So I do make an attempt to do that. And then just hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. Get a lot of stitches in, if you count them. Could somebody tell me how they do a full coverage? Because I've seen people do them, and they have like these huge borders, and I always thought if you use the corner thing, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to wing it. Because I don't know. I'm kind of at this place where I want to do a full coverage, but then I'm not quite sure how to go about like the parking or the diagonals or doing how to get where they say you don't have lines. I think if you kind of go outside the box a little bit, you won't get the lines. I don't know. There's only a couple people I see that do full coverage, and they don't really explain how they do it. And yeah, I could watch a tutorial, but watching it and actually doing it are two different things for me. I can sit there and watch it for an hour and say, okay, I got this, and then I have the fabric in front of me, like, okay, now what? I think I might have an idea of how to do it, but I'm guessing. So we'll see. But anyway, if I start the fairy rabbit, which I don't think I'm going to do right now, I might do it next month for Mad March. Yeah. But also, before I forget, I am going to take at least 30 of those WIPs, minus the 4 that I already showed you. I'm going to take at least 30 of those WIPs or not WIPs, but charts, patterns, possible new starts. I'm going to pick 30 of them. And I'm going to put them all in my little bowl that I had for my Advent. And next month I will pick 2. One in the beginning of the month and one at the end of the month. So you'll be able to see which one I'm going to do. And then after I pick it and I start it, you'll be able to see what progress I make. That, and I'm hoping to get some of my older WIPs down. I'm trying to get, some down. I'm trying to get some finishes. My goal for this year is 60 finishes. And that includes anything that's on my WIP Go that I finish, and anything I start and I'm able to finish. So, and then in 2025, I'm only going to work on 2024 and 2023 WIPs, and try to get some of those accomplished and done. But I'm always going to have new starts. I've got to have that little thing that cleanses the palette for me to do the bigger stuff. It's just the way I am. It's not that I have ADD or anything like that. I just enjoy getting that finish and getting that little bit of high natural high, not drug-induced high, but natural high from getting that finish done, which is what I love about this whole thing, is getting the finish done. You know, and even with my quilting, you know, I have stuff that I've had started for a long time, and I got burnt out on it, and I just never went back to it. But then when I get back to it, and I actually finish it, I'm like, woo, why didn't I do this sooner? You know, so it's that natural adrenaline rush of saying, I actually accomplished this. That's why this time around, when I was working on my Halloween Quaker by Lila Studios, I had a really hard time putting it down because I wanted to get that last motif finished, because I finished the big one, I frogged out the gray one. I wanted to get that when I started done, but I didn't get a chance to finish it because the 5 days was up. I can always pull it on a Sunday just for giggles, you know, and finish it up if I want to. So that's not a big deal, you know. And I do need to get my Silver Witches out and finish up a couple of the ones that I started. And I need to get Such a Fright out so I can finish that one up too. But I'm going to work on my small finishes for now, the things that are easy enough for me to finish quickly. And so I can get that high and get that cleansed palette so I can work on, you know, different stuff. I have the ambition. I've been inspired to work on different stuff. So, if you like this video and you have yet to subscribe it, please do subscribe and ring the bell and hit like and do all the things. And if you have any comments at all, please, you know, feel free to comment. I answer all my comments. But then again, I don't have very many. I'm getting more. I am getting more, which is making me very happy. I'm up to 71. Yay! Hopefully, you know, by the end of the month, maybe I'll have 80. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, I do. If I don't, as far as I'm concerned, the people who have subscribed are the ones who want to see me and they want to be here. And that makes my day. It really does. It's like seeing a baby smile at me. It makes my day. So, yeah. So, please have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. Please be careful. You know, and happy stitching. Really, if you count your stitches, awesome. You know, if you don't, I don't. I have no idea how to use Pattern Keeper. I've tried to use those little clicker things. Forget it. I'm just not, I don't care. Whatever I get in, I get in. Whatever I don't, I don't. You know, my head's turning about certain things next year. And I really have to sit down and make a plan. So, anyway. So, please be safe. Please, you know, be patient. And keep it on. I'll see you next week.